family affair. Here is the weekly Groan, tonight on the subject of mobile phone use. This is nothing new, but I thought I'd get this down to be preserved forever on YouTube, which is where all Groans get uploaded. Just search for the weekly Groan, and yeah, I tried it out, that does work. For some balance, let's quickly go through the good. Mobiles are useful if you need to quickly look up something or check for directions or listen to your favourite community radio station. They're also handy in an emergency, can keep you entertained when you're on a long journey, and it keeps you in touch with family and friends. There's probably more positive points, but I know you're here for the negative. So here we go. I'm sure you've heard about the potential effects on phone use. Some are obvious, like you may get eye problems depending on how much you use it. There's the so-called fear of missing out, decreased social skills, all of that. And risk of accidents. Several years ago, I witnessed someone engrossed in their phone and they were walking along East Street. They were near the Esso garage heading into town and they were crossing East End Avenue, except they stopped halfway along the junction and, of course, a car was coming and wanted to turn in. The car stopped and, after a couple of seconds, honked their horn to say to this guy, "Get out of the way, we want to turn into East End Avenue." And this chap was oblivious. We've all been there on a train, bus, in a pub or any public place where someone's listening to music too loud or watching a programme full blast. Use headphones. It really annoys me when I have to listen to something you're pumping out. Even worse is when it's a television programme where it relies on a picture and I can't see it. I can just hear it at maximum volume. I also hate it when someone tries out every ringtone they have. That's something to do at home, in private. Mobile phone addiction has got worse as the technology has developed. There's apps for everything you can think of and some people can't get off them wherever you go. The human action that always gets me is when people arrive at a restaurant and the first thing they do is take their phone out their pocket and put it on the table in front of them. It's as if they're the centre of the universe and they have to be kept up to date with everything. Sometimes you might be on the lookout for an important message, but 99% of the time all they're doing is waiting for that ding that notifies them and says, "Hey, Fred's replied to your pointless social media post." I've seen people play games at restaurant tables before, right in front of their friends. The last thing I would want to do is play a game on my phone whilst out. It's something that's likely not going to get better. Like I say, phones have their uses, but blimey, wouldn't it be nice if people just put the gosh darn things away once in a while?